What's up, everybody? Welcome to iOS 3 Raw TV. Well, you guys can tell by the title above or below. We're below. I think it's below us. Right? Yeah, title below. That our Vegas trip to the Olympia was canceled. And it was canceled for good cause. And I actually did a video about it that I put up on IGTV, which I do the stories and stuff, IG stories and stuff, obviously, are there. Now the IGTV stuff I do too. So I'm going to actually put that on here now, which explains the whole thing. The reason for this video also is because I know some people don't watch IG. So there's some people that I've actually spoken to that have contacted me that were expecting me to be at the Olympia, which, you know, if everything had panned out, would have been really awesome. But it's just not going to. I want everybody to understand why I'm not going to be there and just blow the Olympia off, which, I mean, it's the Olympia. Nobody's just going to blow the Olympia off. So hopefully you guys had a great Wednesday. And if you're going out to the Olympia, enjoy yourself. It's shaping up to get better than I thought it was going to be. So we'll see everything that happens. So thank you guys so much for understanding. BiosTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. But don't fight. BiosTraining.com's blog. It's the Here's What Happened bicep. And we are out. What's up, y'all? Happy hump day. Today is Wednesday before the Olympia. And we're supposed to be heading out to the Olympia today on Wednesday. But as things turn out, we're actually not going to be going to the Olympia, and I'll kind of run down why real quick here. So yesterday when I got back from the gym, I noticed like a swelling on Brady's face on one side. And it was like, I thought maybe he was laying on it or something, he scratched his face or whatever the case may be, whatever. Well, when Erin got home that night and I got home from the rest of my daily activities, it was bigger. And I was like, well, fuck, that's in Erin. As soon as she saw it, because she didn't see in the beginning where it was small, she just saw it was bigger. And I was like, that's pretty aggressive, whatever the fuck it is. Like, it wasn't there this morning, and all of a sudden it's there. So, like, barring him, like, falling down, hitting his face, like, I don't know what the fuck could have done that. Could it be a bug bite? Could be, who knows? So last night at 1:30 in the morning, we're at the emergency vet, which we frequently, quite often, with things that happen with him. Pender Vet, which, thank you guys at Pender. You guys are always there for us. And the doctor, the vet, basically was like, I don't know whether it's an infection or it's like he got stung or bit by something. Like, it's not a scratch, right? He wasn't scratching his face. So he either got stung or bit by something, or it's an infection. Now, the problem that I have is it was an infection. It's traveling really fast and really aggressive. Therefore, we need to figure it out real quick. So she administered some Benadryl and stuff, and so we're going to start here. But if he was infectious, which, you know, we don't know if he was or not, we can't board him. So now at this point, you know, we're like, okay, we don't have anybody to take care of him. But at the same time, the doctor wants us to wants us to give him these meds and keep track of them to see what's going on right away, so that if one is not responding, they'll switch the med right away, so that if it is an infection, which it could possibly be a sinus infection because this side was all swollen, and then this side he had like a little thing like underneath his eye. It was like a little gland that was swollen too, so it was kind of like traveling. So basically we have to stay here too, and I shouldn't say have to, we choose to stay here and take care of him to make sure he's okay and get him back on track. And I'll be honest with you guys, like, you know, the first thing that runs through my mind is, you know, this is what I preach. This is what I talk about, like money not being a fucking motivator, about money not meaning anything. Because when you have, you know, someone like your pet, your loved one, or whatever the case may be, that's ill, and you're not sure whether or not, you know, what it is and if it can actually kill them. You know, if you guys remember the story about Lucky, but I had that one bulldog die, and when I came home, I found him, and I've never been over it. So I've been very sensitive about, you know, taking care of, you know, Bruno, Nico, and now Brady. But it just didn't, the money doesn't outweigh the, you know, his health, plain and simple. So I was like, fuck it, I don't care about money. I want to make sure he's okay. So, you know, it was one of those things where one of us would have to stay with him. And Erin would be, I'll stay. And I'm like, I'll stay. And realistically, both of our hearts were here staying with him. Both of us want to be with him. They want to make sure that he's okay. I mean, could you just imagine, like, put yourself in our shoes that one of us goes to the Olympia and one stays here to administer the medications and things get out of control and he dies? That would be, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even go down that road. But I always go down the absolute farthest negative to prepare myself for something, as opposed to thinking for the positive. I prepare for the negative and think positive, but I always prepare for the negative because I know that's the worst possible outcome. But as of today, they've been giving him the meds, and he is responding, but he's not better, which also made me feel a little uneasy about leaving, like dropping him off, being boarded while he was sick or fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, we can't even drop him off while he's boarded. But if it wasn't, you know, an infection, but there was some kind of bite or sting or whatever the fuck is going on with his face, could you imagine him being like thrown in that place that's a strange, not strange place, like he goes there all the time, but in a place where it's not his home, where for the last day he's just been sleeping. Like, he hasn't been himself. Like, he hasn't been up moving around, like taking him outside and stuff like that. He comes right back in. He hasn't been eating his cookies. Like, when you give him the cookie, he puts it on the other side and tries to chew it because this side hurts because of the swelling. So we thought it might be an abscess in his tooth. The vet checked his teeth. Everything's fine. So we're trying to figure out what's going on with him now. But at the same time, like, you know, running off to Vegas right now, when, you know, the situation is like this, which I know a lot of people are like, fuck it, and they would just give their dog to like the neighbor or some shit. That's not me. That's not who I am. It's not what I'm about. And it's not where my heart is. So I want to reach out and apologize for anybody that I've talked to already saying that we're going to meet up while we're out there and hang out and stuff like that. It was intended for everything to roll through totally normal. And this morning when we were at the vet, I was like, man, I can't believe, like, you know, out of nowhere this thing showed up. So whatever it is aggressive, whether it's, you know, an allergy or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, it's still not better. So we thought it would be better if they administered the meds. So now we're looking at like, well, what is going to make it better? So we need to figure that out. But as of now, Brady's not in any pain. He's not, you know, doing badly. He's just not himself. He's very foggy, and he's doing a lot of sleeping. And you know, we're just going to figure this out. So thank you guys so much for understanding. Thank you guys so much for the support. And this really just goes to hammer home, like, what's important to you? You know, is it important to go out to Vegas and fuck around at the Olympia, which, you know, is fun, right? It's fun. It's a good time. Or is taking care of your family members, which many of you may not think a dog is a family member, but I do. You know, I do. I have, and I do. Your family members come first. And this is just one of those things where I'm clear conscienced about the decision that I made, and I know I'm doing the right thing. So fuck it. We lose like $1,200 or $1,100 or $1,400, whatever the fuck it is. We lose that. It doesn't matter because Brady's going to be okay. So hope you guys have a great time at the Olympia. And for sure, barring some kind of weird fucking thing, see you next year.